Peace and prosperity to everyone. I thank you all for joining us. And if you are in range of my divine voice, I want you to know I love you and I appreciate you for everything you do, for all the good deeds you've done that no one saw, no one noticed. We love you. The universe appreciates you. And today we are going out into nature as always, day 53 of grounding daily every day of this beautiful calendar year. We have been outside grounding daily every single day. And we are going to talk about the download of the day, which is the light and the dark. So many people are only focused on one or the other. And we need to make sure that we understand that the way to have balance, the way to make the most ultimate creations, some of the most beautiful things that's ever been created, some of the most beautiful things that's ever happened, all come from using both the light and the dark together. That shared energy is what takes the creation to the next level. See, we all know about the divine masculine and divine feminine. Hey, Jay Rose, peace and prosperity to you. Thank you so much for being here. Everyone hears about the divine masculine and divine feminine energies, but there's too many of us that have don't have an understanding of how we all are using both at any given time to accomplish any real goal. You have to use both to accomplish the goals. The divine feminine energy is that creative idea at its beginning point, meaning that the moment that it starts to develop in your mind what you want to accomplish, what you want to create, that's the divine feminine energy, allowing you to create in that darkness, in that womb, and allow yourself to manifest an idea, to download a feeling, a vision. And then the birthing process of that idea, the bursting from the womb, or when the caterpillar bursts from the cocoon, is the divine masculine energy. The ability to push forward through adversity. Peace and prosperity, Michelle. Thank you so much for being here. The ability to push forward through that adversity in order to take that idea to new heights, in order to put that idea into fruition. Tia, thank you so much for being here. Peace and prosperity to you. That is the divine masculine energy. You need both in order to be able to accomplish anything. And too many of us are not properly using that energy on both sides. We have to not only create, but we have to take action. If you are only taking action, but you're not creating in your mind, so good to see you, Michelle. Thank you so much for being here. Hey, Susan, good to see you. Thank you so much for being here. We're just talking about the light and the dark, the divine masculine, divine feminine energy, how we're supposed to use both and be conscious of both energies whenever we're accomplishing our goals. I believe Susan, you told me you were a mother, and what I was advising is about using the idea of birth and confirming both sides, because the creation, the idea in the womb, that's so awesome. Thank you so much for being a whole portal of life into this world. Thank you so much. But that creation of the idea of those babies in the womb describes the divine feminine energy, because in order to create anything, it has to start with a thought. It has to start in the mind. It has to start with that level of creation first before we can even put it out on paper, put it out on the world, put it out for anyone to see. But then to breach the womb and actually bring forth that life through that adversity is quite literally the divine masculine energy. I'm going to break that down a little bit more, but I forgot to share the live out with some people. And so bear with me for a few seconds, y'all. I'm just going to send out some invites real quick to some people who may want to come in and join in this loving energy. And again, it's this important topic because it's not enough of us who understand how this energy really works. We just hear about one side of things, and then people get locked into being on only one side of that energy, and they wonder why they're not accomplishing their goals. And it's because you're locked in on only one side. Yes, when I was carrying my daughter, she was carrying my grand. What? Speak on it, Susan. Thank you. I didn't even get a chance to get to that part yet, but yes. Sorry, you hyped me up with that, Susan. You absolutely right. Michigan looks good over there. Thank you so much. We hope we're making it look good. No. I love it, Susan. I love it. Thank you so much. I love when I'm speaking with y'all and we already on the same frequency as I'm connecting. It's a wonderful reminder. Hey, Angel, thank you so much for being here. Peace and prosperity to you. So, yeah. Ooh, I felt a cold breeze remind me to put my hoodie on. So, again, if we are only if we only have an idea, but we're not taking action on it, that idea doesn't go anywhere. It doesn't become anything. It doesn't see the light of day. You know, some people who dream without taking action, they're called dreamers or procrastinators. And realistically, you know, it's just a matter of them being able to take that idea and turn it into something. To use some of that divine masculine energy to push that idea through. But in the same breath, thank you all so much for the likes and the gifts. I love y'all. I appreciate y'all. But in that same breath, if you are only taking action without thinking first, if you are moving without direction, you could be running in circles. You could be going nowhere, burning up all your energy, all your efforts, and not even getting anywhere because you don't have any direction, because you haven't allowed that creativity to lead you, to guide you. You're just taking action. You just going. But where are you going? That's why you have to combine the two. You have to combine the two. And realistically, we don't see enough people talk about it that way and understanding how that divine balance is needed in all things good, in every accomplishment. I love doing the close-ups on this here. I know it's some little things living inside of this part of this tree. It's so cool. Hurry up and wait. Exactly, Susan. Thank you so much. You know, and I wanted to really touch on that because we hear people talk about it all the time about how they want to see more, you know, more balance in this energy, but they're not explaining how we all are using both. Every man has divine feminine and divine masculine energy. Every woman has both as well. And it's not a matter of being imbalanced. Well, it's supposed to be difficult, Michelle. Hey, Frederick Burrows, thank you so much for being here. Peace and prosperity to you. Thank you so much for following. We love you. It's supposed to be difficult, Michelle. Then none of us sign up for an easy mission here. I promise you. Wouldn't nothing be fun about that? Wouldn't nothing be exciting about just being able to do everything? Imagine you got a video game and you got all the cheat codes. And you just start the game off with every power level in that game, and then you just go through and beat every boss in a matter of seconds. You're going to be bored. You're going to be done with that game. It ain't going to be nothing exciting for you. It's not going to be anything memorable. The controversy, the the feeling of getting through a major challenge, those things make life exciting. And I think that if we recognize that there's something inside of us to create, there's something inside of us Teamwork Active, thank you so much for being here. Peace and prosperity to you. There's something inside of us that is meant to be created that we can use both that divine masculine and divine feminine energy together to bring forth into the world. It'll help give us a lot more direction. It'll help make that adversity, those trials and tribulations, a whole lot easier. See, a lot of people want to take action, but they don't know why or how. They don't know what to, not necessarily not what to believe in, but they don't know what they're doing it for. They haven't found themselves yet. They haven't found that reason within themselves to make that move, to push them forward. That self-love will help you do that. That's one of the reasons why I come out and I ground, to clear my mind and make sure I get some honest downloads of loving information to share with everybody. And today, again, it's that focus on that balance. We can't be balanced all the time, Michelle, and everyone else. It won't be balanced every moment, every time. That's ridiculous. That's ridiculous. It's not it's not going to ever work that way. But if we're accomplishing goals that mean something to us, if we're making sure we're doing things to do our part to help the world, it will balance things out for every other mistake or everything bad that never ever did happen. Hey, Texas Griff, peace and prosperity to you. Thank you so much for being here. I know for all the mess ups I've done in my life, it's moments like this right now, connecting us to nature. Peace and prosperity, divine goddess. Thank you so much for being here. It's moments like this right now that remind me of why I had those failures, of why I fell down, and also why I got up. Even in those moments when I was on the ground wondering, should I even get back up? Those moments where I came down and I wasn't sure if I was going to ever get back up, if I was going to ever survive. But I did anyway. Some of them times, some of them moments in my life specifically, I felt like I didn't deserve to be here. And I remember thinking to myself then, like, why am I still here when I know people who I felt like were better people than me who ain't still here? Why am I still kicking and surviving this moment when people who I would have assumed were better people than me didn't survive these moments? What is my purpose to do this? What is my purpose to survive? Exactly. I look back and think, how did I come through all that? How did I come through all that? Realistically, it's because we are meant to connect with others. We're meant to create. We're meant to share that love, that adversity, and help create from it. Some of the most creative and beautiful things that's ever been brought to the world came through adversity. You think about music. Some of the best music you've ever heard came from somebody having a real sad down moment, from someone who had a moment where they didn't believe in themselves anymore. And they felt that pain all in their soul, and they had to find a way to push that pain out of their body. And the only way they could was with a song, with a painting. And that was someone of the, that became some of the best paintings you've ever seen. That became some of the best songs you've ever heard. Because they didn't hold that in. They allowed themselves to let that creativity combine with that moment and push it forward, push it through. We have to see more of that. But we also have to, of course, respect both sides of it. I don't want to keep hearing about how much divine masculine or how much divine feminine should be in play. We need both. Both sides need each other to create, because you cannot create without it. There is no creation without both. And there's nothing beautiful that's going to come from fighting amongst each other in regards to it. And another simpler way of putting it is, ladies, we need y'all, and y'all need us. And that's a more simpler way. I just want to throw that out there too. But again, we got all these different reasons for division. And what happens when we divide? We separate ourselves from these different things. We separate ourselves from these different moments. And then we become isolated. And sometimes in isolation you can create, but a lot of times you still need to have that extra assistance for that beautiful creation. Thank you so much for being here, everyone. I love y'all. I appreciate y'all. We ain't going to stay out here too long. I just wanted to make sure I share that because I made this post talking about Kobe Bryant, and I was saying how I appreciated the way he used his quote unquote dark energy. He didn't just go out on the basketball court with just the likable energy or the energy that you could see with the sun energy. He made sure he tapped into all of his pain, all of his anger, and used that in a creative way. We have to tap into that adversity. We have to tap into that trauma, those traumas that we've experienced, and use it to create. It's not there for no reason. All the bad things you've been through, all the tough moments you survived from, peace and prosperity, Omar, thank you so much for being here. All of those things you've been through is to help you create. And you will then be able to create something that no one else can see. Hey, bye, Vibes. Peace and prosperity to you. Thank you so much for being here. Your adversity and the way you responded to those traumas, the way you responded to the things that's bad that's happened to you, or even the bad things you've done to others, is going to help you have a perspective, imagination, and creativity that no one else can have. Because no one else's perspective is going to be just like yours. No one else. The idea is really crazy to think that everyone is going to do what you do. When we have our own set of eyes and our own perspective based on our own experiences. If 100 people watch the same event all at the same time, even from the same angle, they all will still see 100 different things. They all will be able to maybe acknowledge what the others saw, what the collective sees, but even still, the imprint on each of those individual people is going to all be different. Now, all of those people take that creativity from that moment, from that experience, and they create something with it. They're going to all create different things. And each of those different things are going to resonate with different people. Peace and prosperity to everyone coming in. We love y'all. We appreciate y'all. And that's what we're trying to promote, is that all 100 people need to create. All 100 people who saw that event need to make sure that they express themselves, because we all need each perspective. We're all sharing this moment together, but I want to know everyone's perspective on it, not just sharing my own. I want to see what that creativity, what that moment did for you. And especially now, because there's so many shared trauma, dramatic moments happening right now. There's so many crazy things happening in the world right now that's affecting millions of people that we are all dealing with, that we're all affected by. This is a wonderful and beautiful time to express ourselves in creative ways. Whatever you set your avatar up for to create, please do it. Please create. We want to see it. The world needs to see it. I promise you, your perspective will be loved and appreciated. Hey, Elevate, peace and prosperity to you. Hey, Chandra, peace and prosperity to you. I love y'all. I appreciate y'all for coming in. I was just talking about Again, combining that light and that dark energy together, that divine masculine, divine feminine into creation, but also explaining how the traumas and the different things we've been through is meant to help us create and meant to help us create from a different perspective than everyone else. We all need that. We all have the right to create. We all have the right to express ourselves. I want to see more creation. I want to see more creativity. It's an expression of self-love. It's an expression that understands that you loving yourself allowed you to bravely bring forth an idea that only you could see, that only you can understand, for all of us to see. And guess what's going to happen? Guess what's going to happen? Guess what's going to happen? Somebody's going to love it. Somebody's going to love that idea, and it's going to spark a new idea inside of them. Someone is going to love that idea, and it's going to change their life. It's going to put them in a new trajectory and allow them to create. Allow them to use the experience that they gained from you in order to create for themselves. And then they're going to spread that love the same way. That's what it's all about. But I ain't staying out here too long. I got behind on work today. I'm still attached to my 3D job for now. We working through it though, so we can be dedicated to our godly job, if you know what I mean. But I love and I appreciate everybody for being here. This replay, if you missed it live today, this replay will be going up on my YouTube page sometime this afternoon. Thank you so much, Elevate. And I love your content too, by the way. Thank you so much for being here. We want to make sure we just continue to promote creation. If I love myself so much that I can love you, I want to see you create. I want to see you express yourself. What better way can I love anyone than to allow them the opportunity to create and express? There's no better way of doing that. Anyone you love, you should be able to give them room to create and express, because there's nothing better than that. There's no better way of showing unconditional love to someone than to give them that opportunity. Again, this replay will go up on my YouTube page. I love y'all. I appreciate y'all. Thank you guys so much for being here. Until next time, peace and prosperity.